Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today I want to do a video on this new event, Break Through the Assassin's Territory with Hit. It's pretty much like a gimmick event, and essentially what they want you to do, the first stage you can actually ignore the gimmick and just fight it and you'll win, but the second stage is very difficult because he has a powerful territory skill up, which is the enemy's version of a domain. And while this is up, you basically cannot deal damage to Hit. So the gimmick here is, I don't think it's like the most crazy difficult thing. He definitely can hit hard and like kill you. You can't just like bring any team in here. But you have to use a domain to essentially cancel it so that you can kill him. If you don't do that, you can't do that. So just in general, if you're just trying to beat this, there is a free-to-play int Trunks if you don't have any premium domain characters. There's a free-to-play int Trunks you can farm up that has it. And you could probably just bring like a really good Future Saga team or some hybrid Saiyan team, just something he's on to get it done. Now, what I'm making this video for specifically is how to get all the missions done. Because what they have on there is a mission for... I'm going to actually play this, but I'm going to show you my team here first. I have it paused right now, but I'll show you my team. And then as the video is playing, I'll kind of explain things. So what I'm running here is I'm running a Goku Black team. And the reason why is we have several access to domains here, right? Physical, Rose has a domain, and then Tech, Zamasu, LR has a domain, okay? So the goal is to use the domain, but then we have to deal basically max damage. 99,999,000, whatever, like that big, huge number. It's pretty much like a punching bag event, right? Well, I know that this physical Goku Black Super Easy is a nuker, so I'm using him as my main damage dealer here. And the two items I brought, you can see on the bottom there, I brought the Dabura cookie, and I brought like the bowl item. So the Dabura cookie, what that's going to do is it's going to randomly change orbs to physical, and then you get an extra 5% attack and defense per orb. And then the bowl item is interesting because I think it gives you a small attack buff, but the big thing this does is it gives you crit chance per orb that you grab. So what it's going to do essentially is we get a big field of orbs. Goku Black is already nuking and getting tons of damage per physical orb. I think he's like 60% attack and defense or something ridiculous. The Dabura cookie is giving us extra damage per orb and orb changing. And then the bowl item essentially is going to give us guaranteed crit. So it's like, we're going to do mamma jamma damage. So all we have to do is just take our time. So I'm going to play it now. All we're going to do here is we're going to take our time, set up the proper rotations where essentially we just need physical Goku Black on rotation with either Tech Zamasu or physical Rose. And then when we're ready to kind of pop off and do everything, we will use the domain. And then we will orb change and go crazy in one shot in slot 1 is what we're going to do and do a bunch of damage. So I'm sure there are a lot of other ways you could beat this. This was just the first technique that came to my mind. Because once again, it's a mix of we want a domain and we want some type of like insane nuking going on. And to me, just physical Goku Black fit this like so well. Now, if you're someone that you don't have access to domain and you don't want to try to do it with the free-to-play Trunks, I mean, there are domains galore on the anniversary banners. So like if you're summoning on the anniversary banners, which I'm going to put out this video right away. So it's going to be like literally later tonight. So it's going to be, I don't know, by the time this video goes up, let's say 3 o'clock my time, it's going to come out midnight my time. So it's going to be like 8 or 9 hours after this video drops is when the banners drop. So you can always just wait, summon on the new banners, because I believe Broly has a domain, right? So you could summon Broly. And then on the banners, I think Tech Zamasu's on one of the banners. He has a domain. If you need the physical Goku Black, he's one of the options you can get with one of the Dragon Stones. So I think even the red Dragonstone, he was one of the options. It might have been one of the premium ones, but I think he's one of the just red Dragonstone options. With Super Easy A's, by the way, it makes those red Dragonstones have so much more value. Because it used to be these were just all old dead units, but now that we know Super Easy A is a thing, there is actually a lot of value to all of those stones, right? For players that maybe don't have some of those units. So you can see here, everything we do, whether we crit or not, it's just double digits, double digits, double digits. We just cannot hurt this guy. So once again, we are just going through the motions, setting up our rotations. Realistically, I could have even improved my setup a little bit better because I didn't really bring any like dedicated support units. I could have brought support units, because the one thing that's nice about this over, say, the punching bag event is you get as many turns as you want, and you can just take your time and set up. You even potentially could, before you use the domain, you could try orb changing first, and if you don't like the setup, you can actually like just wait till that rotation comes up again and try it again. So there's a lot more flexibility here than, say, the Hercule punching bag event. But I think physical Goku Black is just like the cheat code. It works out so well. You potentially too, like, you could focus on, like, let's say you have physical Goku Black, but you might not have the other units. I mean, you could just build a team and just, your domain unit might not even be fully on the leader skill. You just have to be aware that they could get killed. But as long as they're around to activate a domain, I mean, you could try all kinds, I think, of different strategies here. Now, I haven't looked online at like what the boss stats are like or anything. Maybe there's a way to cheese this guy without using a domain, but from what I could tell, I could not touch this guy in terms of damage. So it's like, all right, we got to use. So this is the rotation I want. It's just now, all we have to do now is we just have to wait for the domain to be active. So the next time this rotation comes around, physical Rose, well, yeah, you can see we took 238k there. So like this hit can definitely kill you. So you can't just run in here willy-nilly with like anything you want. Like you still have to like live. So we do have to be mindful of that. So that's why I like this setup, because it actually is like a viable team comp with very good units that synergize well together, and we're getting our domain and our like giant nuking, right? The thing is, and I don't know if it's, you know, that you deal 99 million damage in a turn or if it's like in a singular attack, but I kind of was treating this like the punching bag where it would have to be a singular attack. Because I feel like, yeah, I feel like it has to be that. Because like if you did like 40 million to him, he would probably die before you could do an additional and add more damage onto it. So yeah, I think it's just got to be in one shot. So like this physical Rose would actually be a really bad unit to try to get it with, because he can get up to high attack stats, but he kind of has to build up to it. So he might not be the greatest for this one. But physical regular Goku Black is insane. So that's what I chose to use here. So we just got a couple more rotations to go, but you guys can let me know if you're liking the anniversary content. The one thing I will say is I think everybody's bummed that like anniversary dropped and we had to wait like 2 full days for the banners. I kind of wish they just dropped the banners right away. The silver lining is they did do a good job of dropping, drip feeding us a little bit of content each day so that we have stuff to do. So that is nice. And I suppose their strategy is they want you to maybe like struggle in the new content to tempt you to summon more. But they don't need to do that. People are going to be summoning like bananas on these banners. I'm predicting top grossing will probably happen almost immediately, at least in like a couple of countries. But I think it's almost a shoo-in that we'll get top grossing. JP still got top grossing for Tanabata, which is really awesome. We'll have to wait and see too, by the way. Who knows when Global's going to get that? That's like the bad part. And they went on the Dokkan now and pretty much confirmed what we were all thinking, that like, yep, worldwide will start the sync. But then they never really gave us an answer like, well, how are we going to get these other characters? They're like, yep, there'll just be other characters floating around that we don't have. So like, you know, tech UI and like all this cool Tanabata stuff, like we might not see it till like Christmas, you know, like it would really suck if they waited that long. I really think they just need to like do a filler celebration where they just take like a little 2-week spot and just give us a banner with everything on it or something. Like maybe like right before worldwide, they'll do like a syncing campaign. Like since they announced that as like the official sync time, I think it'd be cool if they just did like a sync campaign where, and give it to both versions, where both versions just get the banner with all of the stuff that Global is missing, and then JP players just have another chance to resummon for stuff. Like, I would totally be fine with that. And then that way, JP, because here's the weird thing, right? It's like, moving forward, Global has to have everything at the exact same time as JP. So anything that we're missing would have to be, like, above and beyond to what we're already getting. So you can't just, like, have JP, like, have a 2-week period with nothing so that we can catch up. So why not just do a celebration that we both get that just has everything we need? That's what I think they should do. But we'll see. All right, here we go. We're going to rock it out. This is the turn we got to see here. So we are dropping down Rosé's domain. This will cancel out hits territory, which means we can now damage him. So, and then I don't want to risk like killing him with like a different character and then attacking. So I'm going slot 1. So we're using the bull item. We're getting the buffs. And then Dabura Cookie, we can use this twice, and we get really lucky with the orb changing, because it pretty much just hits everything for us. So there we go. We got everything completely physical. So a full 23 orbs. So we're just going to do an insane... And this is, by the way, the biggest attack stat I've ever seen on a unit, like without airplane mode and cheating. Look at this attack stat you're about to see. And you got hit. That's a 103 million attack stat, I believe. And there you go. Bam. Guaranteed crit because of the bull item. And that was my first attempt at it. Like, it's not going to go as smooth for you every time, but I got really lucky that my first attempt turned out really well. So anyways, guys, that is how you get all of the missions, and you'll see my screen is going to blow up with all the missions here, but that's all the missions complete. If you guys did it with a different setup, please let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys did. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.